Hey there, it's Octavia. How are you all doing today? I just want to come on for a couple minutes and talk about why I have a passion for working with men and their relationships. And it actually comes a little bit from being on the receiving end of being a woman in a relationship with a man who has trouble with relationships. You know, we all have a past, we all have a background, and those are my solar panels. Aren't they awesome? And we all have a past, we all have a background, and that's what we bring to our relationships. We're often healing from so many difficulties in the past, and men and women think totally differently. And that's why we have trouble translating sometimes. Maybe the woman stereotypically has a more emotional kind of languaging and perspective and view on the world. And our brains operate differently. We think more laterally, horizontally egalitarian, whereas men tend to be, especially programmed by society, a little bit more on the logical side of the, short, brief, goal-oriented. The point of conversation for men is oftentimes to come to a conclusion, to fix something. And with women, we might just be talking something out. We feel better literally from the act and operation of talking. And so these are just a setup for men and women to have really difficult conversations, and we don't understand each other very well. It's an advantage to a man if he has grown up with sisters or women in his life, and it's an advantage to a woman if she understands men better. For women, we understand men a little bit better because our society is pretty well masculinized. Work is masculine. We go to work and we have to act a lot more like men than we do like women in the workplace. So why I have a passion for helping men with their relationships is because of this complexity. And there's this, there's a differential with being able to understand how to be successful in a relationship, how to get your goals met, how to get your needs met, how to get your desires out of the conversations when you feel like the woman's kind of talking circles around you. And I felt like I was that woman in a couple of my relationships in the past, which was then further, it was a little bit more complicated because there were also past baggage. We all had past baggage bringing to those relationships, and it made it more complicated. In my case, past baggage growing up with a narcissistic father, going into a relationship and repeating that pattern and having like some narcissism in my relationships, which was then it brought me into a more emotional state, and also it was very hard for me to succeed in those relationships. It had a big impact on my productivity at work and my ability to connect with other people, because when I was in emotional stress, I would just basically shut down and get really rigid, and then not really understand that I was having such a stressful effect on other people around me. When I was really uptight and constricted, people didn't feel like they could relax around me. They didn't feel like they could tell me anything about what was going on for them. And as a project manager, I was only an influential manager. People had to want to work for me. I never had anyone directly reporting to me in that particular career. And so if I was uptight, my team was uptight, and they wouldn't bring me the information I needed for the project to get done. So it was really, really complicated, very stressful for me when I had stress in my relationships. It just came right over into my world in my working relationships. So this is why I really like to work with men. I like men to be productive. I like them to be happy in their careers and in their jobs. Especially as entrepreneurs, I really believe entrepreneurs have so much value to offer the world. And so I like to offer these communication skills and help men get the results from the relationship. Because when you have a really happy, loving relationship at home, you've got all these like really yummy brain chemicals flowing in your mind that help you be more productive, that help you focus, that help you feel like you can take big risks and big leaps. And that's what we need as entrepreneurs. We need that emotional support. Being an entrepreneur, being a founder is really difficult. There's a lot of ups and downs. It's a big emotional roller coaster. We need somebody at home who is loving us and supporting us. And so that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being with me. If you would like to have a consultation about any of this, if this is going on for you in your relationships and your business, then please give me a personal message in Facebook here. And you have a fantastic, awesome rest of your day. Take care now.